Am I audible to you? Raj, Viswajit, am I audible to you? So we will start our session in a minute. Am I completely audible to you? Viswajit, Raj? Okay, so we'll start our session in a minute. Till that, everybody going to join us. See, I have not completed the chapter yet, right? The area. So once the chapter finished, I will share the presentation in the Google Classroom. So I think now we need to start your session here. So very good afternoon to all of you. We are going to start your session now for the B-triple-E subject, and we will discuss about unit number one, DC circuit, in our last session. So can you tell me that what we had discussed in our last session? Do you remember that? What we discussed in our last session? Do you remember that? Yes, we talk about the mass analysis, right? So in the last session, after this KCL, KVL, this example we discussed in the last session, and we just started with the mass analysis. So this is the example we discussed in the last session, and then after we started with the mesh analysis. So I given the introduction of the mesh analysis, and I also discuss with you about the steps procedure. So these are the steps procedure what we discussed in the last session. So is there any question here in this one? So now if we apply the mesh analysis, have we discussed this example? Does we discuss this example in the last session? Please tell me. If we discuss this example, then we can go ahead. Does we discuss this example of the mesh analysis? Yes or no? Okay. So we apply the two mesh here, and according to that we apply the KVL to define the two equation. So we identify the value of current component into this example question. Now we discuss here about the procedure for the nodal analysis. That is the another method. So first method or the procedure steps given here about the nodal analysis. So first steps procedure given here, that to identify the principal node and choose one of the node as a reference node. So that reference node we will treat as a ground node in the circuit. So that is our first step. So we have to identify first of all how many nodes we have in the circuit, and we have to select one of the node as a reference node, and that is also treated as a ground node. Then after second step, that we have to label the node voltage with respect to ground from all the principal node except the reference node. So that is actually indicating that whatever the node we have in the system, whatever the principal node we have selected, so we have to give the name. Then after the third procedure, it is very important that we have to write down the nodal equation at all the principal node except the reference node. And we will apply the KCL at all the nodes, and then after we apply the Ohm's law. So we have to solve the nodal equation, whatever we derive in the third step, and we will identify the node voltage value. So that thing we can identify here. See the same example what we discussed, right, in the mesh analysis. So the example question remains same, but we apply now the nodal voltage analysis, and after apply the nodal voltage analysis, we will identify the current I1 and I2 and I3. So the final answer of the current not change. That is the analysis we will do. We just apply the nodal analysis method. The final answer will not change. That means the current, whatever we identify in the mesh analysis, that will remain same, but the apply method it is different. So now we apply the nodal voltage analysis method here, and you can see here in this diagram how many node you have total. Can you identify total how many node you have in this circuit? Yes, Mohsin, your answer is correct. See the node you can see here VA, that is already labeled. VB, VC, this is what we call the principal node, and this is what we call the reference node. So there are four nodes given here. Three are the principal node and one is the reference node given here. So this is reference node. Why we selected? Because you can see here the negative terminal of this battery source, the negative terminal of this battery source, which is connected here. So according to that, you can say that this is our reference node. So now, first of all, you can read this sentence carefully. At each node point, write down the Kirchhoff first law. That means KCL. So the current entering a node are exactly equal to the value current leaving the node. That is the statement of KCL. Then after, you will express each current equation in terms of voltage across the branch. So for n number of the node you have, one node you can say that it will be your reference node in the circuit. All the other nodes which is will be the reference or measured with respect to this common node. So this is, you can say that in this circuit diagram you can see at each node we will apply the KCL, right? And then after that current value we will identify in terms of the voltage across that branch. So suppose you have n number of the node in the circuit. One node you can collect or you can say it is a reference node in the circuit, and all the other node, all the other voltage that you can consider with respect to that common node, and that you can select. So right here, if you say that in this circuit the node D, it is, you can say that it is selected as a reference node, and other three nodes that we can assume over here in the terms of voltage quantity of VA, VB and VC with respect to node D. So for example, first of all, if you see here, what is the current equation you will obtain here? When you apply the KCL at this node, what you will write? Can you tell me? If you apply the KCL at this B number of the node, what you will get? Can we say that the current which is entering towards the node, it is equal to current leaving the node? So can we write like this? I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. Yes or no? When I apply the KCL at node number B, can we write like this equation? After apply the KCL, that the current which is entering to the node equal to the current leaving the node. That is the statement of KCL. So can we apply this? Now, if you find out the current I1, which is here in this branch, so you can see this branch here. Now, if I write the current I1 in terms of Ohm's law, voltage divided by resistance, can I write? But you will have the two voltage here, that is VA and VB. So can we write like this? Potential difference between that two node, VA minus VB, divided by the resistance of 10 ohm. Are you getting? Yes or no? Same thing, when you write for the I2 current, what you can write for the I2 current? If you see the current direction, the voltage VC here minus VB divided by 20, and current I3 is equal to, it is VB minus 0 because it is towards the reference node, and the reference node always be considered as a 0 voltage. So VB minus 0 divided by 40. So this is the equation of KCL we write in the Ohm's law. So this is the equation you can see. The first parameter it is given over here for the current I1. This is I2 and this is VB by 40. That is, you can say that it is your I3 current. Now you can say that the VA potential, as you have the VA with respect to this 10-volt battery source here, and VC that is of 20-volt battery source here with respect to this ground potential. So we can say that the VA having a potential of 10 volt and VC that is of the potential of 20 volt here. So now we can easily identify the VB just like given here. So when we put the value of VA and VC in the previous equation, right? VA we will put here 10, VC we are going to put 20. So it is 1 minus VB by 10, 1 minus VB by 20 is equal to VB by 40. So from this equation, we can identify the VB value or VB voltage. So VB we are getting here of 80 by 7 volt. And as we apply the KCL or sorry Ohm's law, that I3 is equal to what? It is VB by 40. So VB we are getting here, it is 80 by 7 divided by 40. So from that we can identify the current I3 is equal to 2 by 7. So if you remember that this value we already obtained in our mass analysis, you can cross check. So I3 component that we identify of 0.286 ampere. Now, can we identify IA and I2? Sorry, I1 and I2. Because I1 is equal to what? VA minus VB by 10. So what is VA? It is 10. What is VB? It is 80 by 7 divided by 10. So what is the value of I1? 10 minus 80 by 7 divided by 10. See, VC and VA, that is with respect to the node, it is connected with the battery source. So any node in the circuit, when you identify the node, it is connected with the source like given here. So you can directly take, like you can see VA, it is ultimately you measure between this point to the reference point, and that you already have the voltage source here. So you can directly take that VA is equal to 10 volt. And over here, the same thing can be applied. So the answer we are getting here for I1 is equal to minus 1 by 7. Can we identify the I2 also? Can we identify the I2? It is equal to VC minus VB divided by 20. So it is 20 minus 80 by 7 divided by 20. 20 minus 80 by 7 divided by 20. So it is how much? So it is 3 by 7. Okay. So this value you can identify or cross check with your mesh analysis also. So I3 we are getting that is of 0.286 ampere. I1 that is we getting of minus 0.1432 ampere, and I2 that we already get it of 0.429 ampere. So this is the same value you are getting if you apply the nodal analysis to the same example. Are you understand? Just a second. Just a second. I will share the screen here again. Now, in this question, we have to apply the mesh analysis, and by applying the mesh analysis, we have to identify the current through each resistance. So that we already discussed in our previous part that how we can apply the KCL and the mesh here. So as I told you, you can write like this. The first mesh you can write in the clockwise direction, and other will be you can say in the anti-clockwise direction. Then after you can apply the KVL. So can you do it quickly? First, if you identify that I1 here, so I1 current is flowing in this branch, and I2 will be flowing in this branch. So can we say the current I1 plus I2, it is flowing here. So when you put the polarity minus, plus minus, like we discussed in the previous session. So when you write the first equation here, can we write like the equation over here is minus 28 for the first loop, minus 28 plus 4I1 plus 2 into I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. So if you rearrange this equation, can we write like a 6I1? Yes, I will write here. So 6I1 plus 2I2 is equal to 28. Now if I'm directly write here the second equation, that is equal to 2I1 plus 3I2 is equal to 7. So now if you multiply the equation number 2 with the 3, and if you subtract it from the first equation, can you get the I2 component first of all? Are you doing the calculation or not? Are you able to understand this thing what I'm telling you? You have to just apply the two mesh here, because as the mesh analysis method we have to apply, or loop analysis method we have to apply here. So these are the two equation based on the two loop. Now we can simplify this equation. You can multiply the second equation with the 3, and then after you can subtracting from the 1. So 6I1 minus 6I1 will be cancel out. Then 2I2 minus 9I2, so it is minus 7I2 is equal to 28 minus 21. So you can identify the I2 component with the minus sign, right? So step number one, identify the loops. So first of all, you have to identify the loops here, I1 and I2. Step number two, label the voltage polarity that I already mentioned, that the source it is represented with the positive negative. Also the resistance you can identify or label the polarity with positive negative, and then after you can write the equation. So there are two equations we identify here, and after simplifying this equation, so anyway you can identify this thing. Okay, I2 is equal to 3 by 7. Okay, I1 is equal to 5, I2 is equal to minus 1. So I1 is equal to 5 ampere, and that value you can put in any one of the equation. So after putting this equation or the value of I1 in the first equation, you will get the I2 component, that is equal to minus 1 ampere. And you can read through this diagram here. So the upper diagram is the original diagram, and after finding out the current value, you can read out the diagram. Because the I2 is minus sign, so you can change the position of the direction. So I1 5 ampere, I2 according to the position now it is 1 ampere, and I3, that is the current flowing through the 2 ohm resistance, it is equal to 4 ampere. Is there any question up to here? I think it is very easy to understand, right? So is there any question here? Now in this diagram we have to apply the nodal analysis method. First of all, identify that how many nodes you have in this circuit. First of all, identify that how many nodes you have in this circuit, and remember that you have to apply the node analysis here. So you have to identify the node voltage. So for that you have to identify that how many nodes you have in the circuit diagram. Can you identify it? How many nodes you have in this circuit diagram? Yes, there are two nodes given. Node number 1 here and node number 2 here. And the third one, you can say it is a reference node. So there are two principal node. One is the reference node here. How many source you have? How many source you have in this diagram? Quickly identify and tell me how many source you have in this diagram. Can we say there are two current source given here? This is a current source given of 5 ampere and 10 ampere. So there are two current source given here. Now according to that current source and the current direction, the value of the current all over, you can see that it is given here. And the objective of this example, that we have to identify V1 and V2, right? So current I1, it is flowing here from this 5 ampere current source, So you can say that the 10 ampere current is flowing here. Now, according to this diagram, we have to apply the node analysis method. And you can say that, first of all, you can see here that in this diagram, total you have a three node. One is the reference node and the two others are the non-reference node, node number one and node number two, V1 and V2. Now, step number one, assign the node voltage V1 and V2 and also mark the direction of the branch current with respect to the reference node. So that already given here, and you can also assign by your selection. That means I1 is given already and I4 is also given according to the notation. So that you can assign by yourself. The notation can be also changed according to the requirement. So it is not compulsory that you have to assign in this way. So first of all, you have to label the node and you have to assign the branch direction. Then step number two, apply the KCL at node number 1 and 2. So first of all, at node number 1, you can see that at node number 1, if we apply the KCL, what is the equation? I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. So your I1 is incoming current to that node. I2 and I3 both are the outgoing from that node, or it is away from the node. So when we apply the KCL at node number 1, it is equal to what? I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. So this is equation number 1. And if you apply the KCL at node number 2, there are four current direction it is mentioned here. And which are the current direction it is towards the node? It is I2 and I4, it is towards the node. I1 and I5, it is away from the node. So that you can write in the KCL function also. Whatever the current direction it is towards the node, it is equal to the current direction which is leaving from the node. So I2 plus I4 is equal to I1 plus I5. Now that current value, see I1 that you have already of 5 ampere, I2 that you can write, see this current I2 which is in this branch between these two nodes V1 and V2. So can we write I2 is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by 4? Yes or no? Can we write I2 is equal to the potential difference between that node V1 minus V2 divided by 4? Can we write like this? Yes or no? And I3 is equal to, it is with respect to V1 and 0 or reference node. So can we write I3 is equal to V1 minus 0 divided by 2. So I1 you have already, you can put this values into this equation number 1. Same thing, you can identify for the this second equation here. So when you put this current value in terms of the Ohm's law, so the third step you can apply the Ohm's law to the KCL equation. So for at node number 1, when you write I1 is equal to I2 plus I3, I1 that you have already 5 ampere, it is equal to I2 is equal to what? V1 minus V2 divided by 4, and I3 is equal to V1 minus 0 divided by 2. So that is applied on the node number 1. So this is the simplification of that equation 3V1 minus V2 is equal to 20. Now if we apply at node number 2, so I2 plus I4 is equal to I1 plus I5. So it is equal to written here, that is equal to what? That I2 is equal to what? V1 minus V2 by 4, because according to the current direction, V1 minus V2 it will be there. So V1 minus V2 by 4 plus the I4 it is already given, that is of 10 ampere, is equal to I1 which is already given of 5 ampere plus V2 minus 0 divided by 6. So can you simplify this equation and tell me what will be the equation now? V1 minus V4 divided by 4 plus 10 is equal to 5 plus V2 by 6. So what is the equation now? Quickly tell me. So V2, see, this is, you have a V2 on the other side of the equal sign, right? So it is V2 by 6. And you can have a V1 minus V4, or V1 minus V2 divided by 4. So this 10 you can shift to the other side of the equal sign. So it is 5 minus 10, minus 5 will be there. And this thing you can transfer to the other side. So it is minus V2 by 6. Then take the LCM and you can simplify this equation. So tell me that what is the equation of the second node in terms of voltage and resistance after applying the Ohm's law. Okay, I'm getting the answer from the Viswajit. Okay, check here that what is the answer. So the answer here, that is minus 3V1 plus 5V2 is equal to 60. Or you can write like 5V2 minus 3V1 is equal to 60. But make the sequence like, first of all you have to start with the V1, then after V2 and all that. So now you have a two equation here. When you add directly equation number 3 and equation number 4, so you have this equation number 3 and equation number 4. If you directly add this to two equation, 3V1 minus 3V1 will be cancel out. So it is minus V2 plus 5V2, so it is 4V2 is equal to 80. So what is the value of V2 now? What is the value of V2? From this third equation and fourth equation, simplify this equation and tell me that what is the V2. Okay, I'm getting the answer from Viswajit again, that V2 is equal to 20 volt. Now put this V2 in one of the equation, 3 or 4, and find out V1. So tell me, what do you mean, what is the value of V1 now? So V1, that is equal to V40 divided by 3 V, that was the voltage. So are you all getting this answer? Tell me, are you all getting the answer? Because right now only one student has given the answer. So are you calculating these steps or not? Are you getting the answer or not? So if we calculated this thing, we can go ahead. So is there, if you have any confusion, if you have any doubt, you can tell me. If anybody having any confusion here, you can tell me. So shall we go ahead now? If you understand this thing, all of you understand up to here. Okay. So this is the thing we already calculated, right? Now this is the another example. In this example, again we have to apply the node voltage or nodal analysis method. So tell me how many nodes you have at this place. How many nodes you have in this example? See, this is, you can say that this is one number node. This is the another node here. These are the current source, right? Yes or no? So there are two current source given here in this diagram or in this example. So what is the first step? What is the first step? That you have to identify all the essential node and you have to select any one node as a reference node, right? Step number two, assign the voltage variable to all the node except the reference node. So you can see here, one node that we selected here as a reference node, so that is we consider as a 0 volt. All the reference node is going to be considered as a 0 volt. Then V1 here, one number node, and V2 here, second number of the node. So we assign the voltage variable to this all the node, right? And reference node is also considered as a 0 volt. Now step number 3, that apply the KCL at each node except the reference node. And in this step, for each node we assume that the branch current it is leaving from the node, and then we describe the branch current value. So that is the secondary thing. First of all, we apply the KCL at each node. So at node number 1, if you see the current direction, can we say the 1 ampere current is flowing here? This is here and this is here. So at node number 1, there are 3 branches connected. So we apply the KCL to obtain the equation. So what is the equation given here? That minus 1 plus V1 minus 0 divided by 12 plus V1 minus V2 divided by 6 is equal to 0. So all the current which is entered towards the node is equal to the current which is leaving the node. So you can write like V1 minus 0 divided by 12 plus V1 minus V2 divided by 6 equal to 1. So if we simplify that equation, we will get 3V1 minus 2V2 is equal to 12. This is equation number 1. And the KCL we applied on the node number 1. Now if you apply the KCL at node number 2, so at node number 2, how many branches are connected? At node number 2, how many branches are connected? Can you tell me? At node number 2, how many branches are connected? 3. Exactly. So this is our first branch. This is our second branch. This is, you can say, our third branch. So two current direction, if we assuming towards the node, one current direction it is leaving from the node. So now at node number 2, again we have three branches. We apply the KCL. So now we can see that what is the equation? 4 plus V2 minus 0 divided by 6 plus V2 minus V1 divided by 6 is equal to 0. So from that we identify the equation number 2. Now we have two equation of V1. So equation number 1, that is 3V1 minus 2V2 is equal to 12. And second equation, that is equal to minus V1 plus 3V2 is equal to minus 24. So we are solving that equation and we will get the value of V1 and V2, that is equal to minus 6 volt, minus 15 volt. Because of the current direction, we are getting this value. So this is our answer. V1 and V2 are minus 6 volt and minus 15 volt respectively. So are you understand now? Now this is the another type of the example. Can you identify that how many nodes you have in this diagram? Can you identify that how many nodes you have in this diagram? Yes, there are three nodes available. And the fourth one you can take as a reference node. Right? The question here is that we have to identify the current I0 by using nodal analysis method. So right now, this is the question that we have to identify the current flowing through this 6 ohm resistance here, I0. So now the first step is equal to what? Select the node, identify all the nodes. Then we have to assign the polarities, or you can say that the direction of the current. Now we can check here that V1, it is given here, and with that you have a 12 volt battery source with the positive terminal here. That will assign here with the positive and the negative terminal of the reference. So from that we can see that the V1 is equal to 12 volt. Now if we talk about the V3, as the direction is reversed here for the source, we can say that the V3 is equal to minus 6 volt, because you can see here the direction of the polarity it will be reversed. So V3 that will be considered over here is minus 6 volt. Now you can see here that the V3 is negative because its polarity is opposite to the polarity of the voltage source. Since for all the voltage or nodal voltage, the negative sign of the polarity it is at the reference node. So that's why the negative sign will be there for the V3 voltage. So now, can we apply the KCL at node number 2? We apply KCL at node number 2. So you can assign the current direction also first of all. And according to that, you can identify this equation. See, first of all, it is written with reference over here. So V2 minus 0 divided by 6, that is you can select I0 component. V2 minus V1, it is of 12 kilo ohm. See, the V3 it is equal to minus 6 volt because of the opposite direction mentioned here. As you have taken the other voltage sources with the positive polarity here, negative polarity with the reference node. and you can see the direction of or the polarity which is mentioned here for the voltage source. It is opposite to the other sources. That's why the V3 we have taken minus 3 volt, sorry, minus 6 volt. So after applying the KCL here, what you will get? V2 minus 0 divided by 6 kilo ohm plus V2 minus V1 divided by 12 kilo ohm plus V2 minus V3 divided by 12 kilo ohm. So if you simplify this equation, what you will get? And you have to put V1 and V3 values also in this equation. So can you identify and tell me what is the value of V2 now? After putting V1 is equal to 12 volt, V3 is equal to minus 6 volt. Can you identify and tell me that what is the value of V2 now? Can you tell me that what is the value of V2? See, all the resistance values are given here in terms of kilo ohm. See, the V2 value we are getting here, that is of 1.5 volt. Since I am getting only the answer from one student, but V2 value we are getting here, that is of 1.5 volt. Okay, the another student has given the same answer. Yes, correct. So 3 divided by 2 volt or 1.5 volt. That is your answer. Now, the question here is what you have to identify I0 component. So, for the I0 equation, I0 is equal to what? VB minus 0 divided by 6 kilo. So, VB or V2 that we already identified of 1.5 or 3 by 2 divided by 6 kilo ohm. So, can you identify that what is the value of current here? What is the value of current here? I0. 3 by 2 divided by 6 kilo ohm. So it is power to 1 divided by 4 kilo ohm. Yes, it is 0.25 milliampere exactly. So the current value, it is equal to what? 0.25 milliampere. So the value of I0 component, that is 0.25 milliampere, right? Are you getting up to here? Is there any question here? K, that is indicating kilo ohm. This K is actually indicating the kilo. It is meaning of 10 raised to 3 or 1000. So now all of you just write down your enrollment number in the chat box section quickly. If you have any question, you can write your question in the chat box section also. So if you require, we'll discuss more example in detail or in our next session, or else we can start with the new topic. So quickly note down your enrollment number in the chat box section. All of you just write down your enrollment number in the chat box section. Those who have written their enrollment number, they can leave the session now.